Hello there, my beautiful viewers. Welcome to another episode of this podcast, The Complete Football Pod. My name is Mike. I hope you're all doing well. I really hope you are. Today, briefly, I'll be talking about the Ballon d'Or candidates. Yeah, we have, in my opinion, I don't know if this is the official list of the Ballon d'Or contestant, but in my opinion, I have 3+1. I said 3+1 in the sense that the third person might be a little bit controversial, but I believe it should be in the conversation. The Euros actually gave a new dynamics to who the Ballon d'Or contestants would be. Before the Euros, we were talking about. Personally, I was talking about Harry Kane, talking about Vinicius Jnr. and Jude Bellingham, or probably Mbappe. But after the Euros gave a different turn to the Ballon d'Or candidates. So now, in my opinion, like I said earlier, I don't know if this is the official, official people, official players, and official candidates for the Ballon d'Or. But I will be giving you my own opinion, and more importantly, I'll be asking for yours. So if you're new to this channel, please, like you always do, like, share, and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, I thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you so much for how far you've helped so far. I really appreciate everyone. So quickly, let's dive into it. Now, in my opinion, 4 players are in contention for the Ballon d'Or. I said 3+1 or 4 because the extra player I'm putting in is kind of controversial. So now let's talk about. I'm gonna say the 4 players. Jude Bellingham is there. Vinicius Jnr. is there. Then Rodri, Manchester City Rodri is there, and also the +1 I said might be controversial to another people, but when you look at it, when you try to see the stats behind it, you would kind of think, okay, this guy should also be in contention for the Ballon d'Or. The guy is Dani Carvajal, the Real Madrid right back, Dani Carvajal. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first of all, like I said before the Euros, Jude Bellingham won the Champions League, won the La Liga. He won everything with Real Madrid. He had won the man of the match player. He had won the younger player of the year. He scored a lot of goals in his first season. His first season was so good with Real Madrid that the Ballon there is no way it would not be in contention for the Ballon d'Or title. And the Euros came and it gave a different dynamics into the game, into the conversation. Now, Jude Bellingham and England generally never had a lot of good. They didn't have a good Euros. The tournament was not good for England and was not good for Jude Bellingham personally. So because of that, I think it fell below the pecking order. In my opinion, it fell below the pecking order. Also, Vinicius because the Brazilians, they don't play the Euros, they play the Copa America, and we saw how Brazil participated in the Copa America. They were not brilliant. They were not also they had a disappointing tournament, and they were knocked out by, I think, Uruguay in the quarterfinals or in the semifinals. I can't remember. I think quarterfinals. So Brazil did not have a good Euros. That's actually why Vinicius also is not, in my opinion, that actually damaged his campaign so far. Even though he didn't perform well with Brazil, but in the club level, he was brilliant. He won everything for Real Madrid, the Champions League, the La Liga. Vinicius and Jude Bellingham they were very, very, very instrumental to Real Madrid. But in the national team side, it wasn't really a great tournament for them. So that's why I think both of them would actually struggle. But the third person I'll be talking about is Rodri, Manchester City Rodri. Now, this guy is so instrumental to. He's not like the I don't know how to say. I don't want to say it's not like the world class Vinicius or Bellingham, because Rodri right now is a world class player. In his position, is the best in the world, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and an opinion about Rodri in the comment section. Let me know what you think about him. In his position right now, Rodri is the best. But his job, what he does, it's so important that if without him, Man City would not function well. Without him, we can see how instrumental it was for the Spanish team in the Euros. And I think this season, the only game he played that he lost was I can't remember. Anytime Rodri plays, the team he plays for never lose. They never lose a game when Rodri is playing. I think he only lost one game for Man City this season when he wasn't playing. I can't remember what the game is. But Rodri is so instrumental. Is the link between the defenders and the forward players. It does it so great, so well, that there is nobody, like I said again, no one is better than him in that position. No one. We have a lot of players in that position. Declan Rice, Moises Caicedo, who else? A lot of players. Tonali, Newcastle Tonali, even though it's been a long time to see him play. Any of this number 6 right now in the world, Rodri is the best. So he won the Premier League with Man City. He won the FA Cup. Yeah, he won the FA Cup. He won the Euros. So in my opinion, I think this guy and he won the Player of the Tournament in the Euros. So I think Rodri should also be in the conversation, and if not, the person that should win the next Ballon d'Or title or award, because he has been so instrumental. And another person, the plus one I said that I don't think so many people will agree with, but when you check his stats, you would see how instrumental he has also been in Dani Carvajal. Real Madrid Dani Carvajal. He's won the Premier League. He won the La Liga, won the Champions League. Now he won the Euros again. And I don't know. This, in my opinion, the Ballon d'Or award would be between Rodri and Carvajal. When we try to look at the if it's judged by by how many trophies they won, but the Ballon d'Or is kind of confusing, yeah, because there's some times where the vote does not favor who majority of people think the Ballon d'Or winner should be. Look at Jorginho. Jorginho won the 3rd best player in the world. But when you look at his contribution, it wasn't really that Jorginho was really contributing. But it was so lucky. The teams he played for Chelsea. Chelsea won the Champions League. He played for Italy national team, and Italy won the Euros. So that was why he was in the conversation. So if that's the case, if it's by the number of awards or the number of titles you win in a calendar year, then Carvajal should be there too. Rodri should be there. Vinicius deserves to be there, and Jude Bellingham also deserves to be there. It would have been an easy pass if England had won the Euros. If England had won the Euros, no doubt it will be Jude Bellingham, because now it's going to be, he won the Champions League, he won the La Liga, I think they won the Copa, no, they didn't win the Copa del Rey, Atletico Bilbao won it, and he won the Euros, so it would have been a clean slate for him. It would have been the top, the top person, that you can say, okay, he won like major trophies, and he had a good season. But because England did not win the Euros, even though they got to the finals of the Euros, but they did not win it, and England was horrible in the Euros, so that made him a little bit, that's kind of a disadvantage to Jude Bellingham. Then Vinicius also, if Brazil had at least maybe won the Copa America, that's gonna be easy ride for for Vinicius also, because we know how good he is for Brazil, how good he is for Real Madrid. So both Vinicius and the Jude Bellingham, the only disadvantage they had was because the national team they play for, the country they represent, did not perform well in the tournament they went for. So that is the only disadvantage for Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. But in terms of Rodri had success with Manchester City, and he had success with Spain also at the Euros. The same with Dani Carvajal. So if we want to look at it by the number of trophies, how successful he was in the season, it's probably going to be between Rodri and Carvajal. And if you ask me, my personal opinion, I would give it to Rodri, because of, though Rodri and Carvajal has the same number of titles when it comes to the domestic title with their clubs in Real Madrid and Man City respectively, and they represent the same country, Spain. So, but it's now down to how influential they are in whenever they play for the teams they play for. Without any doubt, you know how influential Rodri is. Without Rodri, Man City or Spain, I don't think they can perform the way they perform, because Rodri does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff. He connects, he defends, he moves forward, he passes, he breaks down, attacks, he intercepts. He does a lot of stuff. I'm not saying Carvajal does not do a lot of stuff. He's also good, very experienced guy, but playing wise, I think Rodri is more important to their team. I think without Carvajal, Madrid will still perform well, and without Carvajal, Spain would definitely get someone that would come in and play well. We saw what Jesus Navas did when Carvajal missed the game in the Euros. But with Rodri, if Rodri is not playing for Man City, I think it was the last season or 2 seasons ago, Rodri was, I think, if he was injured or he didn't play like 5 games, and Man City did not win any of those 5 games that Rodri did not play. And for the Spanish national team, you can see if Rodri is not there, it's gonna be a problem, because his influence in that team, the way he plays, the way they set up, Rodri is a very, very, very influential player in that team. So in my own opinion, I go for Rodri. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you think the Ballon d'Or award should go to? And if there's any other player you think I did not mention, just let me know in the comment section, because there's some players. If Mbappe should also have been there, but PSG, no Champions League, they only won the domestic league, and France did not play well in the tournament. The same as Harry Kane, the best, highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga, and even though Bayern did not win the league, but personally he got, he had the highest goals, and I think it was a record highest goal scoring for Harry Kane in his first season with Bayern. And also, if England had won the Euros, if England had won the Euros, it will be Bellingham over Harry Kane. So I'm not gonna even go there. So if you know there are other players that you think deserve to be in the conversation, let me know in the comment section. This is gonna be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for staying with me. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. It will go a long way. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and bye.